welcome back to Financial Fridays with Lena. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, please subscribe so that you can join our journey in financial health, mental health, and you can see a sneak peek of my life. Thank you so much for today. Again, I have made it here. I'm excited. I'm always excited when I make it to record, because you know what, life can be busy, and you know, some things can be pushed aside, but I'm glad I'm here. Thank you so much for being here. Today for Financial Friday, again, I have my notes here, so if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. Today for Financial Friday, I'm gonna talk about credit score. Last week when I was doing Financial Friday, I talked about how, you know, I wanted to get something at one point, and I realized that my credit score was really bad because I didn't have any knowledge of my credit score. I wasn't paying attention. I was just using my credit card, using it and not paying it on time. So until my credit was really embarrassingly low. And I said that one way for us to be able to be financially literate is to be aware of our credit card, aware of our finances, aware of our situation. So I decided to talk about the credit score and how it can be used in the finance world, because here in the United States, for you to get something big like a car, a house, something, you know, even something as little as, you know, getting a rental car to go on a vacation or something like that, you need a good credit card or a good credit so that you can be approved. So, and even if you don't have a good credit score, you can be approved, but you can get bad interest rates. So having a good credit score will help you easily get whatever you want in a good interest rate. So how do you fix your credit score? How do you get a good credit score? I'm gonna talk about things that I personally did, or personally I'm still doing that, to help improve my credit. Like I said, my credit was like so low. If I say it here, everybody's gonna probably be like, what in the world? It was so low, and I couldn't get stuff that I wanted at that point on credit. I had to have cash, which is probably a good thing in another way, but you know, buying like something major life change, like getting a mortgage, you need a good credit score. So the first thing I did was learning about my credit score. I had no way of tracking my credit score prior to this point. I wasn't looking at it. I wasn't interested. I had no idea it existed. But as soon as they ran my credit and they told me what my credit was, and that I couldn't get things that I wanted, I made it a point of learning and knowing about my credit score and knowing at least what my credit score was. So of course I made it a mission, went online everywhere, you know, YouTube University, Google University, and I googled about how to know your credit score, and I found two methods. There are many companies that will give you your credit score. If you have a credit card, they probably will show you what your credit score is, but there's one that most people use, and it's called Credit Karma. Credit Karma will show you your credit score, but Credit Karma, I've come to find out that it's not accurate. It can show you that you have a better credit, yet when you go get your credit run, it's lower than what it is on Credit Karma, or it can be vice versa. Credit Karma can tell you have a really bad credit, and then when you get your credit ran with another company, your credit is high and a good credit. So, but much as the difference is not that huge, it's something that you can be aware you're around. If it tells you maybe you're around, let's say 640, you might be like, you know, around there. Maybe you're lower than 640, so that's bad, or you're a little bit higher than 640, around that neighborhood, that 640 neighborhood. So it is a good tool to use. It is a good tool to use to monitor your credit on a day-to-day basis for free, because other companies, they charge to get your credit. Another place you can get your credit score checked, you can go online, and I think once a year you can go to this site and get your credit. I'll link it down below, and get your credit free of charge. Your credit score free of charge. You can do it once a year free of charge. So utilize that method. That one is more accurate. So that was the number one thing I did. The number one thing I did, like I said, is know what my credit score was and how I can monitor it. So I got Credit Karma, and I still have it. I monitor it as much as I know. It can be a little bit inaccurate, but it just shows me the whereabouts of my credit. Number two, the other thing is learning about what the credit score means and how they come about with that score, and the things that affect the credit score. So learning these, because I was like, I got a credit, I paid my debts, I got back to somewhere where I could get credit, but my credit score was not improving like I thought it should. Hey, I'm paying you guys back, I'm using and I'm paying you guys back. Well, I'm making my required monthly payments, my minimum monthly payments, but my credit is not improving like I thought it should. So I came to find out that the utilization of your credit card does affect your credit card number. It's just so complicated with this credit card. I don't know who came up with the credit card. I know it's a house people, but at the same time, it's really, it's like a jail. It's like a cell where you have to, it's like, going in a maze or something, to do so many things to be free or to use it rightly. So I found out that the utilization, they say if you utilize, most credit card companies, they want you to utilize it, to make sure your utilization is below 30%. Below 30%, that's good. But I've come to discover, even if you put your credit card utilization below 30%, it really does not change your credit score. It doesn't improve it. It still shows that, your utilization is good, but not very great. So the one thing that you should do with credit card, if you keep your utilization below 10%, then you will have your utilization score very good, and that will improve your credit score. So keeping your utilization below 10%, let's say you have a credit card of $100. If you utilize it, use up to $10, up to $9, keep it below 10%, then your credit score will be really good. The other thing is, it doesn't matter how much money you have. So if you keep your credit high, if your credit score is very bad, and you don't have good credit history, then you don't get approved for bigger like a lot of money. You don't get approved for a lot of money. You get approved for little money. So let's say you've been approved for $200 credit card, or let's say $1,000 credit card. If you use that $1,000, you're supposed to keep it below 10%. Below 10% of that, $900 and $100 and below the utilization is supposed to be. Let's say if your credit score is really good, then you will get a large amount of money, like you'll be approved for, let's say, a $20,000 credit card, and that can increase your spending amount. So it is a game, and how you play it is how you win. So if you keep your credit score good by paying your credit cards on time, keeping your utilization really low, then you can get approved for a larger amount of credit, and then now you'll have a bigger leeway. But if you keep doing, messing it up, then your credit score will be low, and you won't be approved for, you will just be, using credit card for, minor things. So that is the second thing I learned about. I learned about how this credit card works. Well, the other thing that affects the credit card is payment. Like I said, paying on time, making sure you pay your credit card on time. And this is where last week I discussed about automation. If you can please automate, even if you can even just automate the minimum amount of money of their credit, so you make sure that every month at least the minimum amount is paid. If the minimum amount is paid, then your credit is good. They show their payment history is really good, and they won't report you, so that won't get a ding on your credit score. You will have a good credit score. So but the point is of paying is pay whatever you use every month. If you're using $300 for this month to do whatever you have to do, by the next pay time, please pay the whole $300. Try as much as you can to pay the whole $300. And if you can't, pay until you keep your utilization below 10%. Below 10%. Some other things that affect the credit card history is something like history, like how long you've had your credit, you know, how long you've had your credit score, a number of years. Revolving credit, that means like different types of credit. If you have like mortgage, auto, or credit cards, and if you have like a good revolving credit, a good mixture is good for you. But that is not really important at the moment. The most important things is know what your credit is and where you are. Keep monitoring that number. Number two, pay your credit card every month. Pay what you've used every month and pay it on time. Number three, keep your utilization under 10%. So today we've discussed about the first steps, the baby steps, because in this channel we're talking about baby steps. We're not talking, because we are getting into this finance world, we're talking about baby steps. I don't want to just go deep in like other people who talk about finances and throw big words, big things that you're supposed to do. There are little things that we can do for finances to start seeing little improvements. And if you do things like this, if you want to improve your credit score, you have to start somewhere. Thank you so much for being here. As always, if you haven't subscribed, please do it, because it's just gonna get better and better. Like, share, comment, always come back for more. Bring your friends and, you know, share this as much as you can. And if you're new, hopefully you've already subscribed at this point, and I will keep seeing you every week on Tuesdays and Fridays and randomly during the week for a sneak peek of my life. Thank you so much. Bye.